Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl. This is Table Full of Joy. And friends, I've got an exciting fall recipe for you guys today. Delicious soup that I saw actually on Facebook, and I've had it saved in my Facebook for a little while. Looks super good. We've had some beautiful fall weather here today. The leaves are starting to change. It's been raining. It's been nice and cool, probably in the 50s today. Perfect weather for soup. So we're gonna do some soup and some cheddar sour cream biscuits. So let's get this started. I've got some Italian sausage mild back here in my pot going right now. We're gonna chop up some veggies. We're gonna get those put in there with that meat. It's gonna go together super quick. I'm super excited about this recipe, so let's get our veggies done. So I'm using my chopper again. I love this thing. It makes it so easy to chop up vegetables for all kinds of stuff. It works really, really well. I will tell you a secret about it though. Have it on a flat surface. If you try to do it on an uneven surface, it's not gonna work. So, and it does require a little bit of pressure, but you know what? A little bit of pressure, I'm okay with that because this is so much easier than standing here and chopping all of this. Carrots are a little bit hard, so we're going to do our celery. Celery goes a lot easier because it's a little bit softer. I'm only going to use a part of this onion, so I'm just going to whack off a chunk. All right, there's all of our carrots, celery, and onion. We're gonna head over to our pot and we're gonna get our veggies put in. We're gonna finish getting our sausage all crumbled up in our pot before we add our veggies in. We've got our 2 carrots, our 2 stalks of celery, and we've got our half an onion. We're going to saute these veggies for just a few minutes, let them start to get a little bit soft, and then we're going to add in our garlic. We can go ahead and put in our Italian seasoning right now. It calls for just oregano, but I'm going to add Italian seasoning because I think wherever you can get flavor in there, you should. It's already smelling amazing. I'm going to put in some fresh garlic. It calls for 3 cloves. My cloves of garlic are not very big, what I've got left. So I'm just going to go and put it all in there. I love this garlic press because I can put the peel and all right in there and I don't have to worry about it. So I put in there so we're gonna put our 6 cups of chicken stock in here, and I'm actually just gonna use my Better Than bouillon. That's what I like to use. I'm gonna put in about a teaspoon. I like to put this broth in with my veggies and my meat, and I like to let it saute in here just a little bit. I think it really helps to develop the flavor of the broth a little bit more than just putting it in and dumping the water. So I like to toss it around in here, let it cook for just a minute or 2, and then we'll start adding our water. And 6. So I'm gonna let this simmer for about 10 or 15 minutes before I add my pasta to this. because I want to give those veggies a chance to really get get a little bit softer. Let that meat cook down just a little bit more. Let that broth develop and let all of our flavors come together. What I love about this pasta soup is it uses one of my favorite pastas. This is I believe they call it Ditalini. It is like a half macaroni noodle, so they're really short, guys. And I love these in soup. They cook up super, super well. The soup has got lots and lots of flavor. We're gonna put a Parmesan cream in this with some fresh spinach and let that cook down. So this is gonna be delicious. I almost forgot to add our can of diced tomatoes. We're gonna put them in undrained because we want all of that flavor in there. Okay, now we're gonna let it simmer. We've got our tomatoes and all our veggies in here. We're gonna let this come to a boil and then turn it down and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, friends, we are gonna put our pasta in. We've got 1 cup of our Ditalini pasta. We're just gonna put this in real quick. Give it a quick stir. And then we're gonna start our biscuits. We are doing an incredible biscuit recipe tonight. This was an absolute favorite at the Sorority House. These are similar to the Cheddar Bay biscuits that you get at Red Lobster, but these are better. These are absolutely incredible biscuits. These are called Cheddar, sour cream and chive biscuits, I had to think. So I haven't made them for a while. I've been gone from the sorority now for, oh my gosh, almost 2 years. Actually, over 2 years now. So haven't made them for a long time. So we're gonna get these made really quick. They're a super easy recipe, minimal ingredients, but they're delicious. You guys can make them with anything. I love to serve them with soup, but you can serve them with whatever you want to. So let's get these made. So I've got my ingredients right here. We're gonna do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I don't have my butter out yet because I want that butter to stay nice and cold because we are gonna grate it. This is one of the recipes that taught me about grating butter when you're making biscuits, when you're making breads, when you're making all those kinds of desserts. Grating butter is absolutely incredible. It's a great way to not have to sit there and dice it up and not have to use a pastry blender to do it. So we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You need a tablespoon of sugar. We need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I used to have to make, I had about 80 girls in the house, and I would have to make massive batches of these biscuits every single time I made them because the girls would eat like 5 and 6 of these at a time. So we're gonna put in some fresh cracked black pepper. We like pepper in this house. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in now. You want about 1/2 cup of cheddar. I'm using Colby Jack because that's what I have open in my fridge. And I don't want to open another cheese. I have cheddar, but I don't want to open it because I already had this one opened. So I'm going to give this just a quick little toss real quick. And then we're going to grate our butter. We need 4 tablespoons of really cold butter. So I'm just going to grab a stick of butter out of this box. And I don't want to touch this butter because I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. So I'm just going to leave it in this package and I'm going to grate it directly into my bowl. That way I'm handling it a lot less than I would be. I want to get all this paper off of here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and put our 4 tablespoons. So basically 1/2 stick of butter. We're going to grate this directly right into our our flour. So you can kind of just guess what it needs to be because you want basically 1/2 stick of butter in there. All right, I think we're good there. That's about 1/2 stick. And what I love about grating it is you're not touching it. You're not handling the butter, so it's staying nice and cold because if you know anything about when you're making biscuits or anything like that, you want to handle it as little as possible. So I'm gonna just get my fingers and really gently toss this together. And we've got 3 more ingredients. We're gonna add some chives. You can do fresh chives. What I have right now is freeze-dried chives. That's what I'm going to use. You want a good amount of those. Now we need a cup of buttermilk. Always shake your buttermilk because it does like to separate a little bit in the container. So we need to make sure it's nice and mixed. We're going to put in 1 cup of buttermilk, just like that. And then we need a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I was trying to think. And I'm going to use a measuring cup. I'm going to use this one so I can flip this over and just squeeze it out. Get this right to our 1/2 cup measure. And we're just going to squeeze this sour cream in. I absolutely love these biscuits. They are incredible biscuits. They bake up beautifully. They get nice and golden brown. They just really have a great texture to them. All right, I think that right there is probably good. All right, I'm going to put this into my buttermilk because I'm going to mix these together with my whisk really quick. And then I've got a cookie sheet sitting over here with parchment paper on it, so it is ready for these biscuits. These are a drop biscuit, so you can make them any size you want to. Just use a cookie scoop, a ice cream scoop, whatever kind of scoop you've got. I'm going to use my largest cookie scoop. All right. I like to mix the sour cream and buttermilk together, even though the recipe doesn't tell you to do that. I like to do that so that your liquid ingredients are all mixed together. I love using a fork to mix this because I don't want to overmix this. I want to be able to be really light-handed with this until I get it all mixed together, because I want to be able to have nice, light, flaky biscuits. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Like I said, we just want to be really, really, really light with this mixture. You want to get all of that flour absorbed with your liquid mixture so we don't have any dry flour in the bottom. I'm telling you, make these with anything. These biscuits are perfect with soup. They're perfect with casseroles. They are literally perfect with anything and everything. And you see how easy and how quick these biscuits go together. Make sure we get all of this dry flour down here on the bottom all mixed together. It is kind of a wet dough, and that's okay. That's what we want. That's what's going to make them nice and fluffy. So I've got my cookie sheet right here that I have lined with parchment paper. This just makes it so easy to get these out or off, is just having that parchment. And I'm going to go a heavy scoop, because like I said, I want a nice big biscuit to go with these. And they're just a rustic drop biscuit. You're not looking for anything perfect. If you wanted to, you probably could. I want to try this at some point and take this recipe and drop it onto some flour and make this into a more of a biscuit dough. But I have not attempted that yet. But I will at some point. And I'll bring you guys along with me when I do that. So the other thing that I like to do with these biscuits is after they have baked, I love to take some melted butter with a little bit more of the chive in there, a little bit of garlic powder, and I love to brush these things when they come out of the oven. I really want them to have that golden color on top. They are incredible. All right, so there's part of them. We're gonna put these in a 350 oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. So we're gonna put in our heavy cream. We're gonna put in 1 cup of heavy cream into our soup. All right, get our spoon. Let's get this heavy cream stirred in here. going to turn my heat up just a little bit. I turned it down to just simmer. I think I'm going to put just a splash more in here. Our biscuits are smelling incredible. Alright, so it calls for some Parmesan cheese. I have this Romano cheese that I got on clearance. And I'm going to just use this because I need to use this up. So I'm going to put most of this in here. I'm going to save a little bit out to top our soup with. We're going to mix this in here with our heavy cream. We're also going to put in some spinach. That's what's going to really boost the flavor in this soup, is that spinach. And it may look like a lot of spinach when you put it in, but spinach really wilts down a lot. And it won't be hardly anything when we put it in. I think we'll go with that right there. And I'm just going to push this down into the soup and I'm going to put my lid on it. And I'm going to let this hang out for a couple minutes with that spinach in there. Let that spinach get nice and wilted. And our biscuits are just about ready to come out of the oven. Alright, there's our biscuits. We're going to get these brushed. We've got just a little bit of melted butter right here. Put in a little bit of garlic powder. A little more chives. Got my brush. We're just going to brush this on our biscuits. There's our biscuits. We're gonna get ready to eat. All right, friends, we have our soup. We have our delicious biscuits. We are ready to eat. I'm excited to try this new recipe. Javi will give you guys an honest opinion of what he thinks of this soup when he gives it a taste. We're gonna pray first. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this food. We ask you to bless it to our bodies. We just ask that you give us the rest of the evening, a good night's sleep. We ask these things in your name, amen.
Amen.
All right, Hubby's gonna try the soup and then he's gonna try the biscuits because I don't remember if I've ever made these biscuits for him before.
Okay. So what was the soup? What was the name of the soup?
It's a sausage Ditalini soup. It's got carrots and celery and spinach and onions and sausage, and he probably would like it hotter, a little spicier, but
Oh, it has good flavor.
he can add his own spice to things. I'm gonna give it a try.
It is very tasty. I think I'll put a little black pepper on mine, but other than that, it has good flavor. I think the sausage gives it enough flavor, enough of that spice to it.
It's very tasty. It's got lots and lots of flavor. Super, super good. I'll leave a link in the description box for you guys for this recipe so you guys can try it along with those biscuits.
The biscuits are nice and cheesy.
As I said, these are a mock to what you get at Red Lobster, but they're better. I think these are better than Red Lobster's biscuits.
Nice and crunchy.
I've saved this recipe for years and years and years, and it was always a favorite at the Sorority House. So
yeah, definitely a thumbs up.
All right, friends, thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen tonight as we made a delicious new soup recipe. I got to make a biscuit recipe for you guys that I used to make all the time at the Sorority House. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and hang out with me, come and hang out in my kitchen, see what I'm making, see what we're doing. Friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family. It would be such a blessing to have you a part of our family here. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a video. And friends, we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day. God bless.